we can now head for the All England Lawn Tennis Club at Wimbledon. And our man, Robert Martin. Robert, the news this morning, no Andy Murray in the singles.
No, he has admitted defeat in his bid to be fit for today's singles of Thomas McCack, despite doing possibly everything he could over the last 9 days to try and get himself in shape after having a cyst removed from his back. So reluctantly this morning, just after 10 o'clock, he decided, I think after deliberating all last night and probably deciding countless times that he was going to play and then not play, that he's not going to play after all and that he's going to concentrate on the doubles with brother Jamie instead.
We've been used to superhuman performances, superhuman recoveries over the years from Andy Murray. You think back to the hip surgery and returning to the court from there. Was this just one bridge too far for him?
Possibly. I think that's why you're surprised this morning and you're not surprised, because on the face of it, it's insane that he was even trying to get himself back for this tournament. And probably if it was any other tournament in the world, he wouldn't have bothered. He would have just pulled out and that would have been that. But it's Wimbledon. It's his last Wimbledon. Like he said, he wanted the buzz of playing in centre court one last time, which, to be fair, you can understand. And he was just willing to put himself through, clearly, absolute hell to get there. But at the same time, he's 37. His body is just not what it was. We watched him practice yesterday. He looked okay. His movement was good. He was hitting the ball okay, but he obviously just doesn't feel he can compete against a guy who, remember, has already beaten him twice this year already, a young up-and-comer, fit, hungry, desperate to do well. I mean, it looked a bridge too far. And if Murray decided ultimately that he couldn't compete, then what's the point of him being out there?
His team have said this morning he will fulfil his obligation in the doubles with brother Jamie later in the week. Given he's pulled out today, is there any doubt at all that he will have a farewell at Wimbledon this week with Jamie?
No, I think the plan is he will play doubles. I mean, I think singles, a best of 5 would have been obviously a huge ask. Doubles is 3 sets. It's not as strenuous as playing singles would be. So yeah, I mean, I think he's also going to have another 48 hours at least before he plays from Wimbledon to Wimbledon. Will probably leave it as long as they can to schedule him late on Friday. So yeah, I mean, he's got a few more days to get ready. I don't see why he won't play.
Is there a sense of disappointment? You're standing in the main gates to the All England Lawn Tennis Club this morning. Is there a sense of disappointment from supporters, from fans arriving at Wimbledon today who wanted to see Andy Murray's farewell in the singles?
Well, of course, because that's it. I mean, everybody wants to be there for it because it's a piece of history, isn't it? I mean, it's why Andy wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to share and everybody shared in the highs and lows over the years and the magic moments. And we all wanted one more. We all wanted to be a part of it. So I think there's definitely a tangible sense of disappointment. People would have seen on Saturday that he was hoping to play. They probably would have travelled down to try and get in the queue and get tickets. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think Jack Draper's been moved on to centre court. I'm sure it'll be a good game, but everybody would have wanted to see Andy play one more time in centre court on his own, battling away the way he's done down the years.
Obviously, you're disappointed. It's the end of an era, but not a surprise. Not a surprise given what he's been through. So.
Can you understand him, the decision?
Oh yeah. Because he's sufficiently stubborn, belligerent to want to go out on a reasonable performance rather than going out with a whimper. So if he gets a chance to play with Jamie as well, that's more power to him. That's great.
Had you come here to see him today, or was it just a case of it was a bonus?
We were coming anyway, but it's always a bonus.
You mentioned Jack Draper. He is now British #1. You spoke to him yesterday. He was speaking positively about the challenge of succeeding Andy Murray and picking up the baton for British tennis, if you like, Robert. But will Wimbledon never be the same without Andy Murray?
No, it can't be. I mean, he's a guy who's just raised the bar over the last kind of 10 to 15 years, captured the hearts of the nation on primetime television, made Scotland stop what he's doing to watch when he's playing. Jack Draper may well go on and have a brilliant career. He may well go on and win Grand Slams, you never know, but it's hard to see anybody kind of having the same impact, especially even if Jack Draper were to win Wimbledon, he wouldn't be the first one to win it for 77 years. So he's not going to have the same impact the way that Andy did on tennis and sport in Britain in general.
I mean, the country will be desperate to see Andy go out with his brother in the double later in the week. Beyond Wimbledon, he still has a date at the Olympics in Paris later this summer. Yep. Do you expect him to fulfil that date?
Well, all along, and he even said last week that his plan, when he confirmed that this would be his last Wimbledon, his plan was Wimbledon in the Olympics. And then, like he says, he's got a family holiday booked after that. He's not going to go to the US Open. So Yeah, I mean, the fact is he's not injured at the moment. He's recovering. So you've got to think a couple of weeks down the line, he should be in decent enough shape to play at Paris. And then that will be, if he gets to go out on his own terms, that should be the way he does it.
Robert, I shall let you go. Let you head into Wimbledon. No strawberries and cream won't eat themselves. Have a good day.
Thank you, Roger.